The ideal beauty of the time had very small feet. Well, they crammed you into little shoes. You'd have a small waist. Well, the corset took care of that. You should have an ample bosom. If you didn't, they sewed ruffles on your corset cover to give you that right shape. You should have long, flowing, curly hair. Well, they did have a primitive curling iron, a pair of iron tongs you put into the fire. If you weren't careful, you could singe the hair right off your head. They also had hair pieces to wear as well. And you should have very, very white skin with high rosy colored cheeks. Now, since actresses and prostitutes, which are one and the same thing, were the only people who wore makeup, this is why you read in the Victorian novel of a girl pinching her cheeks before she walks into a room to give them that rosy color. But this white skin and high rosy color is the classic signs of tuberculosis. And it was thought to be very fashionable to marry a tubercular woman because it meant you could afford the doctor bills and all the servants needed. Ballrooms were heated with an open grate fireplace. So you would see a footman standing there beside the fireplace with several buckets of water so that if a woman waltzed by and her dress caught fire, he could douse her with water and put the fire out. Now, modern people are very amused by this. But the favorite material to make ball gowns out of was tulle lace, which is very flammable. And because the hoop blurred those social distinctions I talked about earlier, the only way that the women could compete was in their use of yardage of lace. And they would use as much as 1,100 yards of lace on one ball gown. Very flammable lace. Okay, I need you to stand behind the chair and hold it in place for me, so it doesn't scoot out from behind me. This is why Victorian furniture is so massive. And if you notice when I sit, my skirts bell out. They cover up my lower limbs very nicely. You also notice I have to sit very upright. No matter what the motion pictures show you, it is impossible to get horizontal in your corset unless you're out of your body in a dead faint. It hurts far too much. If I slouch back, okay, you have to push my shoulders forward. Shoulders? Yes, push me forward. Thank you. I can't move. I can't move my arms beyond here. This is why a gentleman opens the door for a lady. If the house is on fire, I cannot reach the doorknob. This is why a gentleman seats a lady. This is why they invented stemware for drinking wine, because I can't get a regular tumbler or glass to my lips.